morning, good afternoon, good evening, Jar of Marble dwellers and Jar of Marble curious. My name is Linda and this is Jar of Marbles. This is Jar of Marbles. Thank you, Bob. I'm Bob. That's right. Thank you very much for joining us this week. It's always lovely to have you here. And this week, I wanted to talk about all things 100, seeing as it is episode 100. Then I thought maybe think about 100 favourite things that are enjoyable, things that maybe you enjoy too. It was harder than I thought. And then once I got past the surface, stuff like being healthy and loving my friends, I realised I need to kick back and really think about things that are actually meaningful, which may not be the general norm, but at least honest, real. Can I rattle on about 100 things that are favourites? Could they be favourites of yours too?
If anyone can, it's you.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, if anyone can rattle on, it's you.
Thanks, Bob. And also thought to ask different people what the number 100 meant to them.
$100 million.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Bob.
It's all right.
In spirituality, for example, the number 100 is an angel number that resonates with self-reliance and individuality. It's a call from the divine realm to trust your intuition, believe in your abilities, and follow your personal path. This number also represents the divine's assurance of support in your spiritual journey. So to get things started, I decided to have a little look at maybe music and see what I could find with 100 in the title.
Not much.
Actually, there was loads, Bob. 100 years ago by the Rolling Stones, 100% by Sonic Youth, 100 Years by The Cure, 100 Degrees by the fabulous Kylie Minogue, 100 Bad Days, AJR, 100 Bags, Stormzy, 100 in a 55, Pop Evil. So I was... It sort of went on a little bit. There was a little bit more to that. There was like Next 100 Years, Bon Jovi, 100 Years, Tracy Chapman, $100 Bill, Buddy Guy. Some I've heard of and some of those not, but maybe you have. So hashtag episode 100. Now, apparently we're ready to go to the love steaks.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about the love steaks. Is that like a slice of meat?
No, it's not, Bob. You know it's not. Love apparently does not mature in just 100 days. Love really takes time. And in some schools of thought, it's really important to celebrate day 100. So apparently in that first 100 days, you're getting to know each other. It sounds like old school, yes, but actually it's true, and someone's truth, I guess. Those are the days that each partner is interested in their partner's likes, dislikes, interests, and other personal things that they need to know.
Well, that didn't sound very interesting.
I know what you mean. I was a little bit disappointed myself. Now, for just a tiny little bit of weird trivia, meanwhile, back in 2010 in Nairobi, Asenta Sekuku, also known as Danger, was a famous Kenyan polygamist who married more than 100 women. See, there's my 100, just slide that in there. Divorced around 80 wives. 12 of his wives died before him, but not before fathering over 200 children. He passed away in October of 2010 at the grand old age of 92.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. You've just got to wonder. I asked my husband, and straight away, no blinking of the eyeballs, no hesitation, what the number 100 meant to him. And he just said straight away, Club 100, Harley Davidson bike. So, I thought, well, it means a lot to him. Never really heard of it, but he's a performance mechanical engineer from way back, and this is one of his loves. So there you go. So here I am thinking of 100 things, my favourite 100 things. This is tough because so many things bring me joy and peace, which might be equivalent to 10 of the 100 things.
Oh, here we go, your maths. Okay.
Shush, Bob. Just watch yourself, hot stuff.
Oh, okay.
Many of us love an early morning freshly squeezed juice and ponder the rising sun quietly. As I do in my backyard, I love hearing the birds wake up and seeing the early sunlight. I'm choking on my own spit.
You're all right. You'll be right.
I'll be right. The early sunlight hit the leaves of the lemon tree, the odd groan in the background of a faraway car driving. Got you thinking there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I was a bit worried.
Followed by my decaf coffee, which is outrageously tasty and satisfying in this peaceful pose, it is almost like I am tasting coffee for the first time. I think of how I'm not in any pain in my body in that moment, and I feel relieved and grateful. I'm getting older now, and although I don't feel much discomfort at all in my body, my left hand is telling me that she's in trouble. I get sudden stabs of pain that grab my attention. I immediately dot the area with my fingers, intensely focusing and gently sending healing to that spot. That always helps. That's what we do, right? Whatever works. So the morning ritual that sets me up for the day, I know I wouldn't feel well if I just ran into my day. So I get up a little bit early for it, and it is a welcome sacrifice.
I like to sleep in every day.
Oh, nice, Bob.
Well, that's a favourite thing. That's one thing that I can say. Well, I reckon sleeping in all the time is worth a solid 10.
Oh, okay, Bob. So this is your math.
Yes.
There is for sure a whole lot of value in doing what you want when you want to, where you can. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Hashtag episode 100. A favourite thing is watering all the garden. Deadheading old flowers, dying flowers, dead flowers, fertilising and watering the inside house plants too. I love clean floors and rugs, carpets, clean shower, and I do like a clean toilet seat.
Oh, it's nice.
It is. I do enjoy a good deep clean of my bedroom in particular. Clean sheets, freshly made bed. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, clean sheets. I like clean sheets.
Oh, me too, Bob. Clean bloody sheets, heaven on a stick, Bob. Oh, I tell you what, it's bloody good. Oh, here we go. Bit of an applause. Massive fan, at least once a week, that crispy, fresh, super soft clean. That's at least 5 things all there in that lot.
Yep, correct. I agree.
Bob, have you ever experienced moments of synchronicity?
Yes, I love them. I have, and I love them. Yeah, except, what are they?
Well, those instances where seemingly unrelated events align in a meaningful way.
Oh, yeah.
It leaves you with a sense of wonder and connection to something greater.
Oh, you've got to put that on the menu.
Yes, it is an ever so interesting phenomenon and what can signify in your journey one of personal growth and evolution.
Oh, I like that.
Me too. So that is definitely on the list of the things that I love. I love inspiration. I adore that feeling when your mind comes up with an idea and then you do it, whatever it may be. Usually for me, it's something to do with gardening, painting, or writing. I follow it like a lovesick girl follows the moon.
Oh, so poetic.
That's right, Bob. Sometimes I think there can't be any more ideas to come after a period of many ideas, but after a short period of time, creativity always comes back to visit.
Say she with relief.
That's right, Bob. This turned out to be a self-reflection project in the end as I asked myself what I love and 100 things, no less. With the podcast, I love the support I receive from loved ones and folk that I have never met, that it has been enjoyed or has made them laugh or helped them not to feel isolated. It's helped me too not to feel so alone as well. As I thought on 100 things I love, I realised I was honing in on the good things in my life, in our lives, and that it is probably a good practice to maintain. We can, without meaning to, take so much for granted, particularly people. It's actually so nice just to think about the things that we love. Food, now there's a big subject.
Oh, yes.
That's got to be worth 10 as well, as there are so many angles with food, with enjoying the cooking, creating, trying new recipes, baking breads, relishes, sauces, desserts, roasts and salads.
Making salads.
Oh yeah, that just goes on the list. For those that are comfortable in the kitchen cooking and prepping, it is a whole entire vibe, isn't it? And when people enjoy it, it's just fabulous. They're coming together and eating together. It can be the places you go to eat where someone cooks for you, tantalising the taste buds. Different cultural foods is so heartwarming and pleasing. The whole business of finding 100 things I love at first glance really started seeming quite overwhelming. So obviously I love my husband, my children, my grandchildren, the people my children have married. I love my friends. I just love them all to bits, and that's just how I feel about them. I love meeting people who inspire me with their spirit and spunk, their passion, their strength, their bravery, their knowledge, and even more when they don't realise it, belly laughs. Now, there's one thing I just really love that. It's the best, right?
Oh, yes.
A bath with lavender and sage crystals slowly dissolving, a tea light burning, some soft music playing, and the quietude of resting in water, healing and truly relaxing. Oh, celestialness in a bowl of yum.
Gee, you're getting a bit carried away there.
Well, that's right, Bob. I do it sometimes. And you know what else?
What?
I do love me a nap, a good old snooze when your eyes feel heavy and you're comfortable and you're not required to be anywhere and you can allow yourself to float away. This girl loves her sleep. Oh, bliss bombs. Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
that's right. The beach at sunset, breeze in the hair, waves at the lapping shore. I love all that.
You know, you're alive when you're having a good laugh.
That's so true.
And bear hugs.
That's right, those hugs that don't release for a long time and you're completely engulfed in it. It's the best, Bob, the best.
I agree.
I love cats and dogs. You know what? I just love animals, full stop. And I really like comfortable underwear.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Well, I do, it becomes a thing in the end. I really, really do love comfortable undies. Writing, there we go.
Thank God we're moving on from that.
That's right, Bob. Keep it together. A good book that I can't put down. Dishwashers. They're such a good invention. My car. Independence.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you with that. I do love having my own car.
Yeah, I bet you do, Bob. Gym. It's a staple in my life. Exploring my own city. Great fitting blue jeans. Being a mother. Being a grandmother. Being an auntie. Hokey pokey ice cream. All right. Yep. That's so good.
So good.
It is. Making homemade jam. Oh, I love that. And as I said, just really love salads. Me time. The introvert in me craves it. Fulfilling your dreams, no matter how small or big. Driving with the windows down, loud music, hair blowing in the wind. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Being a stepmom. Salted cashews. Ooh, I remember as a young girl when loaves of bread were 10 cents and so were packets of cashews were also 10 cents. So having 10 cents really was quite a bit of money to have. So I'd go off on the rarest of occasions and go and get myself a packet of cashews. And there was this big park I used to go to and go right to the middle of it and sit down, carefully open up the packet of cashews and just eat them. Oh, it was so good.
So good.
It was, Bob, it was. I love weddings and I love comedy. Simple, consistent steps. I love that. The reality for me is that even one small step or change can have a significant impact that causes an unexpected and unintended ripple effect. I love that about life, when you see the unraveling of something you didn't know was there to unravel in the first place. Doing the internal work of growth. It's not easy. It's quite isolating at times, yes. The light that is inside is there all the time. You can see your experiences as challenging as they sometimes are, but they can also be at the same time a ride that will and is shaping you. And I've got to say, I love that feeling. Looking at what's going on when I'm feeling negative, when we haven't realised how much something or a series of events has been affecting us, and you can feel it coming on, you can feel that yuck feeling coming on, and you may have noticed that not much goes your way, and in that instant we know the world is responding to our energy. And when I say world, I mean just our everyday life, every aspect. It took conscious work to recognise I can do something about it. It is important to have understanding of yourself and a bit of information about our brains, and most importantly, how your brain works, how you process situations, people, etc., your own reaction. And as I begin to recognise it with some deep breathing and organise my focus away from the yuck feeling, it does actually get easier and better.
I remember when you used to tell me that, and I used to think, yeah, right, rubbish, yeah, right, you haven't gone through this, how would you know?
But
It's actually true.
It is, Bob. If you're living through this right now, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I love when you meet people who are in their perfect vocation, who are suited and happily so to whatever their job is, particularly if you are in a vulnerable place and you're worried. Coming into contact with caring professionals, for example, is a godsend, isn't it? They are heaven sent, I say. A nice massage, not one that breaks your body in two, one that's just relaxing. Online shopping, that's quite nice. Having money to pay the bills, forever grateful, so lovely. A traditional roast dinner,
Delish.
it is. Dancing,
Oh, I love dancing. I just can't get enough of it.
oh, I know, Bob, I know you love your dancing. Random acts of kindness. I love doing it and receiving, it's so lovely. Potatoes. I really love potatoes, cooked in every way that you can think of. Going to the cinema.
Oh, I love going to the seminar. The seminar.
The cinema. The cinema. Yes, yeah, me too, Bob. Watching comedies. Gift giving. I love to give quirky gifts, whether it be a book or something from my garden, my kitchen. It's just a lovely feeling to share what you have. Great customer service. I love giving good customer service back in the day when I was working, and it's wonderful when you receive it. Fortunately, it's a bit rare, but it's lovely when you do receive it. My hometown, love my hometown. I just look at it now. It's like it's a bit of a place of dreams. Think of it in a dreamlike way. Christmas, I love Christmas. Birthdays, and you know what else I love?
What?
I love driving.
Oh, yeah, but you already said that.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to say it again because I actually really enjoy it. And singing. I love singing. Songwriting. Oh, I love it. Netflix and Foxtel opened up so much viewing goodness. Oh, my goodness. I mean, when they started creating series as opposed to movies, and you have that time to watch character development and really understand things on a deeper level. Absolutely love it, love it, love it. That's right, I do. And you know what else I love?
I know you're going to tell me.
I am, Bob. I love making my own skin products. So satisfying. There's such good skin happy products like castor oil and jojoba oil, and you've got your sweet almond oils and really good quality essential oils. You can really put together some fabulous skin products for your skin. Geraniums. I've always been a bit of a sucker for geraniums. They're easy to grow and they're just so satisfying because of the colours that they produce. Just beautiful. And you know what else I love? I love my water tank.
Your water tank?
Yeah, because for years I didn't have one, and then finally we got one, and you'd be watching the rain pouring down. I think that's liquid gold. I would so love that being saved and captured in a water tank so that I can water my garden. So I really appreciate that I have one. I love throws and cushions and making a home cozy. I love soft, fluffy bath towels that smell like sunshine. And you know who else smells like sunshine?
Who?
My grandson. He smells like sunshine. Oh, beautiful child. Tea towels, clean, and I use lots of them in a day. Like I'll do a load of washing and out comes 6 tea towels, and my husband looks at me and I look at him and we don't say anything. It's just a quiet little understanding acceptance now. I just use a lot of tea towels and I like them to smell nice. And something else? I love burning incense in my home and also in my garden. And when I go away to the cottage sometimes, the owner of the property remarked on it. She was trying to work out what this lovely scent was, and then she realised it was incense that I'd placed in the garden just in front of the cottage, and she was saying, it's such a 1970s thing. And when I thought about it, I thought she's absolutely right, and that's how long I've been doing it, so that's like, a really long time ago, 60, 50 years ago. Crikey. Anyway, so you can go a long time not seeing friends, can't you, sometimes? But when you do, some special people, it's like you only saw them yesterday, isn't it? And I've got to say, I absolutely love that. And I love my grandchildren. Oh, my God, they're such beautiful, special little people. Of course, family. Pub meals. I really love a good pub meal. There's just something about it. And ice cream at the beach on a cold day. I really like that. And eating ice blocks with hot tea.
Now you're showing your weirdness.
Well, it's not really. It's just something that I love. Maybe there's someone else out there too likes eating ice blocks with hot tea. And you know what else I really love?
I know you're going to tell me.
Stop it, Bob.
All right.
I love creating my podcast. I really enjoy it, especially when I feel like I'm firing on all pistons and I'm feeling really good. I really enjoy it. And for the people that follow me and listen, I just want to thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it more than you can know. Yeah, because there's been a lot of shenanigans with my numbers. I get a lot of numbers and then 50 of them disappear and then 100 of them disappear and then they'll leave me something like 20. So I just want you to know that I really, really appreciate your loyalty and it gives me something to do that fills me with inspiration and so thank you. And you know what else I like? I like a shining kitchen sink. I do. When it's all clean and shiny, I go, that's nice, I like that. Music that touches your heart. Oh, and what about a weekend with no plan? Oh, God, you're going to love that.
I do.
Me too, Bob. And you know what else I love doing when in the mood? I love emptying out wardrobes and letting go clothes that aren't for me anymore, that they are actually for someone else, so I can donate them knowing that someone else hopefully will love them as much as I did. I love thinking and believing how fortunate I am. I've been fortunate for a long time. Even in the most shittiest times, I would think about how lucky I am anyway. Believe it or not, it helped a lot. Changed my mindset and provided a better environment for my mind and, most importantly, my children. And life always provided at least enough. Yes, there has been not great times, and even amongst those times I still danced and I still felt that most lovely love of my kids and enjoyed them and loved the world that we live in. It didn't hurt me, that's for sure. Problems never define me in total. I recognise that some people fall into traps of getting really way too stressed for too long instead of stopping it, taking over. And I know that is a skill set, and I know that it's something that you've got to think about, that you want to happen. And I'm certainly not talking about people who suffer from depression. That's a totally different ballgame, and I really respect that. It's just something I've been doing for years, so I don't like falling into those rotten rabbit holes. I don't like doing the same thing over and over and then go, okay, still feel lousy, because the observation is this: it doesn't work, so why would I do it?
Yeah, true words.
Kind of bored me, if I'm to be honest. I love getting things done, including an annoying mindset. It's just my natural directive. You know what else I love? I love my memories. I love knowing I achieved despite the roadblocks that were supposed to stop me, but they didn't. And I bet you do too. When you look back and you look back over the landscape of your life and you think, that is something that could really have stopped me in my tracks, but it didn't. So good on you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So much just did not matter to me, the ones that thought that they were destroying me, and all I saw was bad teeth, thickness and bad manners. And next. I've been saying next for decades. I love that I'm cheeky as hell, and that can come across as an attitude that can't be manipulated. Thank heavens.
Yeah, thank heavens, all right.
I love that I was a dedicated mum when my kids really needed me. And as Alice Walker said, the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is bloody marvellous. I love that I know that it is important to be yourself totally. It's something that you're not helping out the world by not being you, because people really need you. And I love the joy that creativity brings to people, particularly if they are, say, in a group setting and people don't have to be lost in the world alone. One of the many things I love about being older is when you get more years behind you than ahead of you, you think about life differently. There are different seasons in life where you give time or perhaps have more time to be creative, for example, and that could be anything. There's always the time. It's just choosing what we want to do. Many people have worked long hours, then come home and cooked, bathed their kids, put them to bed and then started writing their book till, 11 p.m. and beyond. They are the ones that will succeed. Oh, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Crocheting, golfing, joining a choir, learning to play the piano, painting, restoring furniture, gardening, cooking, walking. Man, it's anything that takes you out of your day-to-day. I love when I'm in an obvious detour in my life. I love that clear consciousness and knowing what comes when one knows you are in the throes of change. It's much like a lucid dream. You know you're dreaming and you have the ability to experience what you'd like to see unfold, much like being given the opportunity to trust a roadblock, knowing that they come as a form of protection. And when you know that, you know you're on the right road, on a path of sorts. And you know what? That is good enough for me.
Me too.
Then I would have to say I love trusting myself. I cannot recommend that belief highly enough. We are not taught to trust ourselves. It is encouraged, albeit subliminally, to trust outside, others before ourselves. I say, trust you, trust yourself. Bit by bit, that just gets easier and really powerful. You know what else I love? I love a happy ending, whether it's something about life in general, a belief, an age, the past, a place, different opinions. I love when I see someone win, get ahead, get their dream to come true. I love when others celebrate your wins. I love when you're allowed to be fully yourself. I love when your goals are supported. Hashtag 100 things, episode 100. I love, 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 love when you don't have to watch what you say. I love when you are when you are actively treated with respect. And I love honesty.
That's a bit obvious, isn't it?
Well, Bob, not all of us are honest with ourselves. And if you are being honest with yourself, which is a form of self-discipline, and so if you're being honest with yourself, you won't make excuses, for your behaviour.
Oh, yeah, all right, I understand.
If we don't follow up on set tasks, it leaves us unprepared and we can end up doubling our workload. It's not letting the I'm too tired voice in the head win. It's also a way to betray ourselves by making our lives harder on ourselves by not, say, keeping up our hydration, for example, getting more sleep, making sure that we're taking our medication, and forgiving yourself. We can always start afresh tomorrow, always. What has happened, and I understand how much you'd like to change it, but it's dwelling on the past that can rob us of being able to gently move forward. Oh, that's so good. So I may not get to 100 things, but I will say I got to 100th episode in my podcast. That was never a plan, just a realisation as the number 100 got closer. I have no plan with the podcast. Clearly, it's obvious, going audio on a video platform. I just wanted to have a go, see what happened, and here we are. I figured I'd give myself the freedom of just doing it with a light heart. It's been a healing journey for me, something I never thought I'd do. I thought it would take lots of courage, and it was more for me an unplanned opportunity to talk about many subjects, many of which I never thought I would talk about, certainly not on a public forum, and has made me feel optimistic about growing older too. It feels like the stigma is left at the door as getting older, so therefore fill that in as you see fit. I'm getting older. If I meet people who are in their late 70s and 80s, I do not feel so much younger than them. Some people measure their lives, the happiness in their life, their value by their age. This has never been of interest to me. I have, of course, as we all have, heard people say, I'm 21 next month, or I'm 40 next year. Aging is inevitable. You will, if you're lucky, you'll get older. And it's a so what from me. Anywho, I guess the Mod Squad term is reframing. I never knew it needed to be framed.
Well, apparently it did.
A quote from Yvonne Pierre. It's not strength, it's perception that makes you stronger. If you change how you see it, you'll change how you feel about it. Oh my goodness, how good is that? You know what else I'd love doing? I love playing tricks. For example, I find a long piece of wire and hide behind the wall that is closest to where my husband is watching TV, and I quietly tap him lightly on the head and hide. I wait long enough that he's over it, thinking maybe it's a random fly landing on his hair, till eventually he catches me. If he finds it funny, it's hilarious, but it's even more fun if he gets annoyed a bit, sort of like the kid in me that refuses to grow up, and I just love her to bits. We can make our lives so much more pleasant, dare I say fun, if is the attitude that we hold.
Act your age.
Act my age. What is that exactly? What do I care how old I am? The ocean is old as heck and it still drown your ass with vigour. Episode 100, hashtag episode 100. The hardest of all to create, this episode was. I had to think on it, and it became clear that I take much of my life for granted or don't say too much lest I am seen as bragging. I am grateful that you come by. Episode 100, for goodness sake. I wonder if you'll be here at episode 200. I'm kind of locked in now. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
And enjoy the rest of your day.
I will.
Or night, depending on where you are and what time it is.
Well, it's approximately 12:03.
Thank you, Bob. So say good day to the family, give the kangaroo a toss, and I'll see you next time, okay? Okay then, bye.
Bye-bye.